When most fantasy settings talk about races, they talk about aesthetics. Pointed ears, different heights, different stat bonuses. That's not how Elarion works. In Elarion, race is evolutionary memory. It's survival strategy. It's political timescale. If you want to understand why this world is unstable at the end of the Third Age of Man, you have to understand the peoples who built it, and the peoples who remember when humanity almost didn't survive at all. This is the Races of Elarion. Race as evolution under pressure. Elarion is not a gentle world. Before the ages of man, there were 3 full ages of elves. During those eras, humanity existed in survival mode. Scattered, pressured, nearly erased more than once. Different races adapted to a different pressure. Some adapted biologically, some culturally, some metaphysically. In Elarion, lifespan alone changes everything. A race that lives nearly 80 years makes different decisions than a race that lives 400. A race that remembers 3 demon wars firsthand thinks differently about risk than one that only reads about them in books. So when we talk about races in this world, we are talking about lifespan models, memory scale, magic compatibility, economic specialization, and cultural psychology. Race is not cosmetic. It is structural. Humans of the Third Age. Humans in Elarion are pressure forged. They rose not during peace, but during instability. Magic vanished for nearly a millennium. Demon wars scarred entire regions. Undead uprisings reshaped borders. Humanity adapted by centralizing power, by structuring hierarchies, by regulating magic, by industrializing what they could not cast. They are not the oldest race. They are not the longest lived. But they are adaptive at scale. The Third Age of Man is defined by human stabilization. Empires consolidated. Noble hierarchies formalized. Magic users registered and tracked. Human psychology in Elarion is pragmatic, structured, expansion-minded. And now the magic has returned in abundance. That adaptability is about to be tested. The elves and the memory of ages. Elves are not just long-lived. They are era-spanning. 3 full ages before humanity stabilized. They remember a world before humanity. They remember demon wars not as myth, but as personal trauma. They remember mistakes humanity is repeating. Elven culture is layered. It contains internal divisions, especially around dragons. Some see dragons as abominations. Some see draconic magic as part of cosmic inevitability. Some remain silent and wait. Elves are patient, but patience is not neutrality. And when a race measures time in centuries, its political strategies look very different. The Forsaken Orcs and the divergent paths. Not all races adapted cleanly. The Forsaken Orcs are not simply brutish enemies. They are the product of divergence under extreme pressure. When humans centralized, where elves endured, orcs hardened. Isolation, hostility, survival-first culture. They evolved into a border force, a people shaped by conflict geography. Understanding orcs in Elarion requires understanding what it means to push the margins of civilization for centuries. They are not random antagonists. They are historical consequences. Lifespan politics. One of the most destabilizing differences between races in Elarion is lifespan. Short-lived races build urgency. Long-lived races build continuity. A human ruler may reign 30 years. An elven political actor may influence policy for 300. That creates imbalance. It creates resentment. It creates hidden leverage. Interracial politics are not just about prejudice. They're about timescale conflict. When magic disappeared for 800 to 1,000 years, long-lived races experienced it differently than short-lived ones. For some, it was a generation. For others, it was a lifetime. That changes perspective permanently. Magic compatibility. Magic does not affect all races equally. Some are naturally attuned. Some are resistant. Some adapted industrial systems in a magic's absence. Some depended on magical metals instead of spellcraft. This creates economic divergence. It creates military asymmetry. It creates cultural identity around magic use. When magic returned in abundance, some races rushed back to it. Others remained cautious. That difference will shape the coming age. Why this pillar matters. If you want to understand why kingdoms distrust each other, why dragons destabilize elven politics, why humans centralize control, why border wars never fully disappear, you start here. Races are not decoration. They are the living record of survival. In future episodes under this pillar, we'll break down humans of the Third Age, the Elven Divide, the Forsaken Orcs, long-lived politics expanded, magical compatibility between races. Each one deserves depth, because in Elarion, history does not shape nations, it shapes bloodlines, and bloodlines remember. This is the Races of Elarion.